Hello and welcome to the Superior Comic Show with me, your host, Peter. Not Pan, but some say I will never grow up. I'm just here to remind you that if you purchase a dog license with your little blue illegal genetic experiment, that will stop the Galactic Alliance from being able to arrest him. The more you know. And I'm joined here today by my fiancée, the beauty to my beast, the angel to my stitch, the pain in my hole, Lauren.
Hi.
I thought that was quite a lovely intro.
Thanks for that.
So today with Lauren on the show, Lauren is a big Disney maniac, which she will admit to some people but not to others. But I just outed her to the whole world. So you're welcome for that.
Thanks.
We're going to be talking about the greatest Disney animations. Yeah, it's a big job ahead of us, but we're going to look into some of our favourites and have a little discussion on what we think is the best and why we think it's the best. And we might have a little discussion over the live action garbage as we move on in the show. So without further ado, let's get into it. I think it'd be rude not to start with the first Disney animation, Snow White and the Seven Pedophiles, Dwarfs. Sorry. It has to go down as, personally I think, like, wouldn't be a huge fan, but it has to go down on the list as one of the greatest, seeing as it was the first. I don't know what you think. I think being the first ever Disney animated movie kind of puts it in the conversation.
As a child, I did love Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. As I got older, I did realise how irresponsible it was for a woman to be staying in a house with 7 strange men. So...
Well, to be fair, her choice was 7 strange men or her stepmother who was trying to kill her.
I'd go with the stepmother, at least I knew what she was trying to do. So, each to their own.
I suppose. They were 7 very little men. They were hard-working men, though, to be fair.
Yeah, but there were still 7 of them.
Right, fair enough. But they did turn out to be very lovable.
They did.
She got lucky. Let's be
exactly.
fair. She could have went completely wrong.
We don't want to be teaching little girls that it's okay to go and stay in a house full of 7 men.
Yeah, but we also don't want to teach them that it's okay to stay in a gaff where your stepmother is trying to murder you.
No.
But it did to teach, I think, kids an important lesson to not take apples off strangers.
It did. It did. And to always trust animals over people.
Oh, 100%. But they did, now, if we are talking about, I know, as a kid, we had a different view on it. As we got older, it might have been not as good. It gave us one of the most iconic songs in Disney history. Hi ho.
Oh god.
You cannot be that. The amount of times that song has been remixed by Irish school children when they're off to school.
Yes, I do agree. It is a very catchy tune.
And just to seeing them walking along the logs with their pickaxes, just belting out that tune, digging for diamonds. Yeah, their house is very small.
They're comfortable.
But where did they bring these diamonds?
Maybe the real estate wasn't the best in the forest.
But see, I wouldn't know, it doesn't show them ever bring them to a market or
Maybe they stored them in their tiny house with Snow White.
I think we would have seen it. I don't think the house is big enough to store the amount of diamonds they mine.
You know what? Lift the floorboards, you never know.
They're hoarders.
Exactly.
They're like little magpies. They just found something shiny and just kept it. Mine.
Exactly like Snow White. She was the little diamond in the rough. She cooks, she cleans, she has little animal friends. She's the perfect stay-at-home housewife.
Okay, well, before we move off Snow White, I'm going to put you on the spot.
Oh god.
Favourite dwarf?
Grumpy.
Okay. Mine's you.
For the record, I'm 5'2". I'm not a dwarf.
Sorry if I offended anyone. If we have anybody of the What's the politically correct term for it?
Little people.
That sounds more condescending to me.
It does, but I think that's what they're called.
If we have any people below average height listening to us, I apologise if I offended.
What's classed as average height?
Depends on the country.
Fair point.
My favourite was Dobie.
Why?
He's just so harmless and lovable and stupid.
So you.
Wow. Touche. Okay. She hits, she claps back. I haven't made a fool out of on my own show. It's usually my job to do that.
You've met your match.
Just for that now, I'm going to put you on the spot. Next animated movie that you think should be in the conversation. And it doesn't have to be from the next one on, it could be just throw out an animated movie.
Okay, Cinderella.
Cinderella had a fella.
No. What's your opinion on the movie?
Originally, great movie. Has its issues as you become an adult. You question certain things that you never questioned as a kid. At this point, between live action, animation, different adaptations, it's been done to death. The whole Cinderella kind of storyline has been done to death. No,
we're talking about the original first animated Cinderella.
I think I've seen that since I was 6.
Oh my goodness.
Isn't it? It is what it is. Cinderella one with the 3 fairy godmothers, or does she just have one?
No, she just has one.
Are you sure? I just click my fingers right into the mic. That's gonna be a nightmare to edit. Sure, I'm just sorry. Look at this now. I'm pretty sure one of them had 3.
No, she had stepsisters.
I know she had stepsisters. The Uggos. The below average.
She had the 3 mice.
What have been the 3 mice?
Yes. See, there's her fairy godmother.
Where? Fairy godmother. Oh, it is not. Oh, who are you? I remember her. I had a teacher who looked like her. Wasn't as nice.
Anyway.
Which one had 3? Someone had 3. Or was it 3 fairies? I guarantee we're going to come across as we move on.
If you say so.
For its time, a good movie. For the record, I don't think glass slippers will ever be comfortable, no matter the air. You know?
Everyone gets, as a little girl, everyone got those little plastic slippers dressing up as Cinderella.
Fair.
Those are not comfortable.
Also, right, I find it hard to believe. Right, let's say Cinderella's average woman's foot size 5 or 6.
And they didn't fit anyone else in the kingdom.
Is she the only size 5 or 6
Possibly.
in the kingdom? So she have weirdly shaped toes or something? So she was.
What I don't understand is how the prince didn't recognise her. Hair and makeup does not make that much of a difference. The only massive difference was the massive blue ball gown.
Yeah, that's actually a fair point. But to be fair, I have seen, we've been venturing on TikTok, I have seen some people doing them, challenge put their hand in front of the camera and come back. That they look like a completely different person.
Yeah, we're talking about an animation in the animation.
Yeah, no, she didn't look that different.
Exactly.
Makes one wonder where he was looking the entire time they were dancing.
Yeah, and I don't think it was her eyes.
No. Can we talk about the stepmother for a minute?
Right? Come on.
I'm just going to pull up a picture of her. Scary bitch.
Agreed.
Right, you've seen this woman come on screen and you looked at her straight away and you went, Margaret Thatcher.
Oh my god.
Immediately.
Oh no, I just knew not, if I met anyone like that, not to cross them.
Look at her hair. Where did she get the time to do it like that all the time? Look how long her neck is.
Again, it's an animation.
I know. And then you have
the 2 stepsisters.
Thing 1 and Thing 2 over here. They have to know they're ugly, right?
Apparently not. When you get brought up getting told that you're pretty every day by your stepmother, well, their biological mother, that's kind of what you're inclined to think.
Yeah, I suppose. You could think of it over hair, You know, Chantel, Denise, is are gorgeous.
Please never do that accent again.
I think that was spot on. It's exactly how they sound.
Uh-huh.
Right, I don't mean to like look shame on, you know me, I'm not one to turn around and go someone ugly around like that, because everyone has different redeeming qualities. Someone who's not attractive to me will be attractive to someone else. These didn't even have good personalities.
No, they didn't. And they wanted to marry the prince.
But to be fair, judging by him forgetting Cinderella's face, he wasn't really looking for a personality now, was he?
I don't think so.
No. Like, the princes at the beginning of Disney were like, they were making them out to be someone that all little girls would want to grow up and marry. But when you think about it,
as you grow older, they are the boys that you tend to steer clear of.
Like,
self-centered, vain.
Snow White's fella, like, basically assaulted her in her sleep.
Yeah, that was supposed to be romantic. I don't think Disney thought that through.
No. See, it's different if they had a previous relationship and they'd been...
But they didn't. He found her asleep in a forest.
He found a sleeping woman and decided, I'm gonna kiss it.
He didn't know if she was dead.
It's literally like a child finding a piece of chocolate on the floor going, I'm gonna eat it. Not knowing where it come from.
Our child does that every day.
True. But like, that's literally what you've done. You walk through the views, just riding through the forest as you do, you know, as a prince, you ride through the forest on your own for the crack, and comes across 7 little men surrounding this makeshift coffin. It's a very pale woman. Presumably dead.
You know, she's in a coffin, so yeah.
And he just decides, I'm gonna kiss it. Like, what?
I don't know where they got.
That's what he needs. That's why all princes need their advisors with them, because an advisor would have turned and gone, are you sure about that, sir?
I don't think you should.
Like,
let's go home.
Yeah, precisely. Like, it's, I mean, there's Cinderella's who's just, again, we can only speculate where he was looking the whole time they were dancing. Like, he must have got a good feel and decided, yeah, I want to marry this. I never seen the sequel.
You didn't?
No.
Oh.
I'm not a fan of animated sequels for the most part. I don't think, even with Disney, I've seen some of them, I don't think they're done right in the older movies. The exception being The Lion King, where The Lion King 2, I'd say, is almost as good as The Lion King 1.
A sequel will never, ever be better than the original, and it will never, ever be as good as.
Right, so I can challenge you there on the whole sequel thing of a movie that we watched recently, that not just the sequel, but the third part of the movie was better than the first two.
Go on.
Thor 1 was great, it was brilliant. Thor 2, most Marvel fans don't want to talk about it. Thor Ragnarok, mixed reviews, but in my opinion is the best of the 3.
Okay, I'll give you that one. Not often I admit this, but you're right.
Like, I think the problem with sequels is, I'm not going to get too much into this because there's a lot of animated movies to get through. The thing with sequels is, I think people go in with that exact mindset of thinking a sequel is never as good as the original, and because of that, their mind isn't open enough.
I class it more towards animations.
Okay, that's fair.
Normal movies, I will give the sequel a chance. The only sequels that I have had an open mind going into would be The Lion King.
And let's just might as well use that as a segue into The Lion King, which many would put down as the greatest Disney animated movie of all time.
Oh, completely agreed.
And I was doubling down on that. That was my choice. That was my pick. That was it. Until I started doing research for this episode and started looking into animated movies, and loads more came up, and I'm like, I completely forgot about that. Is that better than The Lion King?
No.
I think in terms of just Disney, The Lion King is tied with me with 3. I think once I take the nostalgia goggles off for The Lion King and judge the movie simply by their content,
you and I are going to fight tonight.
The story. Don't get me wrong. In terms of movies in general, Lion King will always make my top 10. Whether animated or not, Lion King will always make my top 10.
Lion King is always the number 1.
Including movies that aren't animated?
No, just in Disney.
The Lion King, based loosely on Hamlet. I was talking to Lauren earlier and I was telling her about the books that it actually came from of Scar and Mufasa growing up, and basically the way Scar was treated like his name was dirt on it growing up, and I don't blame him for being a bit of a dick.
I don't blame him, but, just because you were treated like a dick doesn't mean that you can go around killing your siblings.
To be fair, his brother became king and has him living in a cave on the outskirts at the back of Pride Rock.
Because he was an ass.
If one of our siblings is an ass and we tried to put them in a cave in the back of some rock in the savannah, I don't think people would be too happy.
But they were an ass. If my sister was an ass and expected me to give her a king-size bedroom in my mansion, she'd be thinking otherwise. She would be living in a cave behind the mansion.
Wow. Let's hope she's not awake.
Well, she's up for work soon, so I wouldn't imagine so.
Right, well, The Lion King, it definitely is. It's in the conversation of greatest animated movies of all time, not just Disney. Well, although Disney kind of holds,
90% of the animation.
Yeah, it isn't, when it comes to any of the great animations, do you think
Disney owns everything.
Yeah. Disney are buying everything.
Exactly.
I'm pretty sure, give it a few years, we'll be getting a mortgage from Disney for houses in Ireland.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk, The Lion King, the reason, what makes it one of the greatest? What is it that puts it on that pedestal above all the others?
The storyline. The fact that it's a pride of lions all coming together to help this little cub that got banished by his uncle who killed his father and blamed him.
Okay, so you're talking about the final battle.
I'm talking about the entire movie. At the beginning, Scar kills Mufasa, pins it on Simba. Simba leaves, and then Pride Rock is overrun by hyenas. Everyone is terrified. And then all of a sudden Nala pops up in Simba's jungle and is like, "Hi, you have to come home. Can't believe you're alive, but yeah, you're king."
Then we had that kind of not PG scene between the two.
Poor Timon and Pumbaa.
Had to watch, I know. Oh. You were talking about something different.
I was talking about poor Timon and Pumbaa had no idea who he was.
To be fair, when you think about it, put Timon and Pumbaa in this bubble of being amazing. Pumbaa, yes. Timon wanted to leave the little bastard.
Because he was a predator.
Yeah, no, listen,
Pumbaa.
There's their couple name now, Tumba. I personally would have went with Timon, but
Pumbaa had these big tusks that he could protect himself, and he could fart like no tomorrow.
Yeah, but to be fair,
he could clear the savannah after every meal.
For a predator, I see what you did there. If Simba was going to go and attack and eat one of them, it would be Pumbaa.
Yeah.
He's not going to go for Timon. So Pumbaa had more to be afraid of with Timon. Timon would be a toothpick for Simba as he got older.
Yeah, but Pumbaa is more naive than Timon.
No,
Pumbaa
I don't
is
think.
Like a child.
See, I don't think more naive. I think it's actually the other end of the spectrum. I think Timon is more cynical than Pumbaa.
Yeah, because his entire family hated him.
Yeah, and we've seen why in Lion King 1.5.
Yeah.
Also an amazing movie. I don't care what anyone says.
It was hilarious.
The movie was fantastic. You have personally for me, it's up there because it has the best songs of any Disney movie.
Oh, it does. They're the catchiest tunes.
Circle of Life, Can You Feel the Love Tonight? My personal favourite, I Just Can't Wait to Be King, Hakuna Matata. It's just end to end, the songs are bangers. I will still bop around, I Just Can't Wait to Be King, and it's playing at our wedding.
There's just so emotion when it comes to The Lion King. There's happy, there's sad, there's everything in between.
Let me put this question to you, actually. Just think about it as we're talking there. Would it be considered as good, and would people still care as much if it was people rather than animals?
No.
That was exactly what I was thinking. I think the fact that they're animals has something to do with it. The fact that it starts off this cute little lion cub and then he becomes this ferocious lion.
But he wasn't ferocious until the very end.
Yeah, but But he had the look of a ferocious lion. Like, he had this big fierce.
He did not.
Yeah, he looked fierce.
He did not.
Man,
He looked like he
man was
would walk
pulling
up
off
and
that
be
man.
like, "Hi, you're adorable. Let's go spoon."
I'd spoon with Simba.
Yeah, he'd probably keep you really warm.
Yeah. I'm not sure if there was an innuendo in there or not. I'm trying to figure out where it would have come from. Like, it has all these moments in it that everyone remembers. That long live the king. That I killed Mufasa.
Yeah.
Scar is also, in my opinion, one of the greatest Disney villains.
Oh, he is.
He plays his part so well, and he doesn't, it's not just, I'm gonna do this. He has a whole plan in place, and he has his little lackeys that are like,
He knows how to manipulate.
yeah, he's basically the witch and Wizard of Oz, and the hyenas are basically his flying monkeys.
Yeah, pretty much.
When you think about it, and the fact he has a big badass scar on his eye, it just makes him look like a villain.
He is. He's the perfect villain.
And I think it's that like, you haven't seen them all yet, but we're gonna sit down and watch them eventually. But that transferred over to Star Wars. I think, well, a lot of people growing up, because Scar was a villain because he got that, like, we remember him by the scar over his eye. And in Star Wars, Anakin, who you're gonna forget, spoilers for anyone who hasn't seen Star Wars, Anakin, who turns into Darth Vader, at one part in one of the earlier movies, gets a scar over his eye.
Right.
And instantly from there, I think a lot of Star Wars fans like knew, oh, he's gonna go bad, because the scar, you just associate it. Whereas I think Disney especially brought us up with this whole thing that the good guy is always flawless.
But in The Lion King 2, Kovu gets a scar on his face,
He does.
just like his uncle Scar. He gets banished from Pride Rock and into the Outlands. Do you think that was the right thing to do?
Yes and no. If I was in Simba's position, I could see why he would do it. Like, you know,
But isn't that tarring the
it is. It is 100%. It's profiling Kovu with his uncle's reputation. But again, Kovu wasn't exactly Mr. Goody Two Shoes at the start. He was, his mother and the other members of his little pride had him trying to
But you
manipulate.
can't blame the child for the mistake of the mother.
Yeah, but he continued to do it as he got older until eventually he was found out. And it was the typical story of he started to change. And
No,
then
he continued to do it until he found Kiara after her first hunt, almost catching flames, and he brought her home.
I haven't seen that movie in years.
You really need to catch up on your Disney.
Not catch up, I just need to rewatch. You know what I mean? There's so much of it. And I know people are probably sitting, listening now, screaming certain movies that we're missing out on.
Yep.
So I'm going to throw in, before you go into any other ones, I'm going to throw in some honourable mentions that were mentioned on Twitter when I brought this up. There's The Black Cauldron. I never seen it, so.
I thought that one was good.
Treasure Planet. From what I can remember, I really enjoyed it. Atlantis. I love Atlantis. Atlantis is one of the most underrated Disney movies.
I do agree.
What else do we have?
Another very underrated Disney movie, which is actually one of Pierre's favourites. Hercules.
Right now, it's time to do. You can do the Black Widow line from Winter Soldier now.
Nah, I'm good. Thanks.
You know, where she whips out the mask like, I'm sorry, did I just step on your moment? Gingers. Swear to God. Yes, Hercules, which is getting a live action.
I do not agree.
I don't know how they're going to do it.
They shouldn't touch Disney classics.
Hercules as well is one of those with the most iconic songs.
Yeah.
And
it is so underrated.
You have Danny DeVito. Like, you can't beat that. Like, it's just amazing. They make Phil look like Danny DeVito, and then obviously Danny DeVito's voice, and it's just, he's playing Danny DeVito in it, and I've no idea how many times I've said Danny DeVito, but
probably too many.
I love Danny DeVito so much. He's one of my top favourite actors of all time.
Fanboy?
Oh, 100%. Like, not even gonna lie, 100%. Like, your mom was watching a movie, or one of my favourite movies, Danny DeVito in it, and Arnold Schwarzenegger, twins.
I haven't seen it.
We're sitting and watching it, so it's hilarious. But yeah, no, Hercules, and the story of Hercules as well, of, you know, just God, baby, crashing down to earth, being adopted by mortal parents.
After two little things from hell trying to suck his magic out.
Yeah. And being ostracised by society because...
He's so strong.
Yeah. And it was good seeing him develop. I loved that they done the teenage years rather than just
this scrawny little toothpick of a boy.
That, like, people are looking at him going, he's 100% injecting steroids. If he's like, look at this, he's skinny, but how is he lifting that much?
The storyline in Hercules is amazing. 10 out of 10.
The redemption arc of Meg in it as well.
Yes.
Was great, 'cause she started off.
His first real heartbreak.
Yeah, like she started off, she was manipulating the crap out of him.
Oh, God, yeah.
And then he, like, literally went to hell and back for her.
Quite literally.
And while I'm not a big fan of this actor, because it was his own personal life and his own personal choices, I will give him props. James Woods as Hades. Very camp.
He was. I loved Hades. From the beginning to end, he was the perfect mixture of evil, funny, manipulative, very clumsy.
Yeah.
Very, very clumsy.
And is another villain who was basically just pissed off at his brother.
Yeah. Seems to be a lot of family feuds in Disney.
It does. I think Walt had a problem with his family. I think Walt had some issues there. That,
or maybe they had an issue with him.
Well, he was kind of a Nazi. Yeah, he attended meetings of a pro-Nazi organisation.
I didn't know
and hosted a known Nazi propagandist.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. And, like, when you look at the racism and anti-Semitism in a lot of the early Disney movies, you can kind of see it. Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Like, let's be honest here, just because we enjoy his media doesn't mean we have to agree with the man. We have to, like, necessarily like the man.
No.
We have came trying to talk about the best Disney movie. We talked about Disney movies. We talked about Thor movies. And now all of a sudden we're talking about Walt Disney is a Nazi. But this is why the show usually goes with whoever I bring on. We end up on one topic and just
spirals.
It veers off in all these different directions. Always ends up back on the right path though. So I'm going to throw this one to you. That is one of the movies that is making me question The Lion King is my favourite.
Okay.
The Fox and the Hound.
Okay, this movie makes me cry every single time I watch it.
It's one movie that can consistently make me ugly cry. Like Kim Kardashian ugly cry.
Like when she lost her earring?
Yeah, like I will sob my heart out.
Oh. Let's not watch that before the wedding.
No. Or maybe I should. Do you want me to cry when I see it? Maybe I should have it on my phone just before you can. It'll be a blubbering mess.
Then I will kill you.
Yeah, no, I think that one. I think the story of two friends growing up, like best buddies, not knowing any different, and then their families basically breed into them that it's wrong for them to be friends. They should actually be enemies. It's a good. It wasn't. I think it was meant to be this, but it's a good kind of way of looking at how kids are brought up. Whereas,
yeah, it is. No kid is brought up racist or evil or horrible. It is bet into them by their parents.
Yeah, and I think that's like it may not have been intentional, but I think like that's a great analogy that you can take from The Fox and the Hound.
There's a lot of underlying analogies that you can take from every movie ever made. There's always little hidden gems, but other than kind of that, I did love the movie. But
what is a but?
Lion King will never ever be replaced in my number one. You can throw any Disney movie at me, but Lion King will remain as the number one classic.
Like story of Todd and Copper.
I do agree. It's so heartwarming and
like it's
a beautiful story. Mm-hmm. It does bring tears to my eyes every time I watch it.
It challenges for me. It challenges
It
the Lion
does
King.
challenge. It does. It has a lot.
I'm like nearly tearing up thinking
I
about it.
know.
Those poor boys, they just wanted to be friends. And technically they're from the same family. They're basically cousins, fox and a hound.
Yeah.
And that's before I cry, I'm going to use that to segue, because speaking of cousins, the other one that's challenging Lion King for me, Lilo and Stitch.
Okay, you cannot bring our daughter's favourite movie into this.
I'm sorry,
She won't even watch the damn Lion King.
and like, she's as blunt as they come. I mean, she has no agendas, she has no party, she has no people.
She just has an attitude.
She just has her own opinion and she sticks by it. And that child says Lilo and Stitch.
No, she doesn't say Lilo and Stitch. She says Stitch.
And sitting and watching it, and it goes away from a lot of the Disney norms.
It got us out of a big hole of Rio.
Oh, yeah. Rio's not Disney, is it?
No.
Rio's... What's Rio?
I don't know.
I know he's a bird, but...
A blue macaw.
A blue spicked macaw. Boom.
Wow.
Turned around on you. It is...
A movie.
Blue Sky Studios. The same. It's from the same people that brought us Ice Age.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I do love me an Ice Age movie.
Ice Age movies were great, but they kind of turned into the Fast and Furious of the animated world.
They dragged on way too long.
Again, see? Segues. Lilo and Stitch. The reason I think it challenges the Lion King is... Ohana. There is this whole thing where with Lilo as a kid, she doesn't see... And I don't see how Stitch can be called ugly. We shouldn't see how Stitch looks.
Stitch is the most adorable little alien dog that I've ever seen.
She doesn't see Stitch as different or anything like that. She just sees her dog. That's it, her friend. There's that. There's the whole her praying for God to send her an angel as a friend. And then there's the scene of Stitch crashing and just bursting out laughing.
Yeah, but then he got run over by a truck.
Yeah, every single wheel.
Yeah. They thought he was dead. If they thought that he was dead, why did they bring him to the pound?
For the pound to dispose of him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So why did they have him in a cage full of live dogs?
So that is a good question. Maybe they're hoping the dogs will eat him.
That is disgusting.
Like Scar ate Mufasa.
That is only a conspiracy.
Well, alright. That, and then you have Nanny.
Let's tackle this one head on.
They lost their parents. Nanny is a single sister, a single guardian, working, looking after this very rambunctious, independent
toddler
child.
She's
with
kind of a toddler.
An evil genetic experiment best friend.
Not to mention, Nanny is quite irresponsible when she trusts two aliens, one who created all of these genetic experiments, and the other who was a one-eyed lunatic.
In fairness, she didn't start trusting them until the show and the second movie. The first movie, jump on completely where the bad guys.
The second movie they weren't. And by the end of the first movie,
yeah, that's what I mean.
She
didn't start trusting them along with Liam until the end of the second movie.
But you know, trust is trust.
Yeah, that's fair. But let's talk about where she's really different to all the other women in Disney.
She is not this tall, stick-figured, size 6 supermodel of an animation character. She has those lumps and bumps that 99.9% of women have and are ashamed of. When she sits down, she has these little belly rolls, which again, all women are ashamed of.
No reason whatsoever.
No, there shouldn't be. For such an old movie, it normalized women's bodies to be what they're supposed to be. Now, don't get me wrong, if you are naturally that thin, good for you. If you are naturally thick, good for you. And if you're naturally a bit bigger, also good for you. If you want to lose that weight or get more toned, that should be a woman's choice.
Yeah.
We should have that choice. But it should be normalized.
100%.
And on social media nowadays, it is being more normalized, which is really good to see.
And like that was like, even last time we watched it, you brought that up as soon as you seen it about Nanny. It was amazing to see.
I forgot about it, and then as soon as I seen it when we were watching it with the baby, I was like, oh my goodness, how could I have forgotten about that?
And let's talk about her love interest. She isn't looking for someone to come in and save her. David's a twat.
Oh, I love David to pieces, but he is a couple of screws short of a toolbox.
That's her nice way of putting he's a dumb fuck.
Yes. He's your typical, I want to go out and surf all day, but I also want to be this amazing boyfriend who treats you well and does everything for you, when in reality, all Nanny wants is to sit on the couch and eat popcorn. She works, she provides for herself and Lilo and this experiment dog. She has her own house. She is a sister, a mother, a friend, and an experiment wrangler. But she is, all in all, one amazing Disney character. And I do agree that Lion King would be challenged by Lilo and Stitch.
Like, look at the tone, the different things it went about in it. It was Lilo still coming to terms with losing her parents. You know, she freaks out when Stitch goes near the photo under her pillow. There's Nanny struggling and worried that Lilo's going to be taken off her. There is...
But never lets Lilo know her worries.
No, never. Then there is Stitch. You see him at that like heartbreaking scene where he takes the Ugly Duckling book as he's leaving the house.
He doesn't think he deserves to be loved.
Yeah, he doesn't think he can be good. He thinks he's just all bad.
And Lilo proves to him that he's not.
He gets the redemption arc. It's perfect mix of emotion, humour, action. Speaking of humour, the last thing I'll let you say something more on it if you want. The last thing I'm going to say on it is about one of my favourite scenes where Stitch just pegs the book at Cobra Bubble's face. Just walks in and just pegs it at his face. No reason wants to bounce it off his head.
I do agree.
And he puts his glasses back on, the lens pops out. Belly laughs every single time.
Fact.
But yeah, I do think I would put Lilo and Stitch up there with the Lion King and the Fox and the Hound.
I do agree.
Is there any more that you can think of? I know we're missing loads, but we went kind of more in depth than we were planning on some of them.
Here's a question. What is your opinion on all of these live action remakes of these beautifully animated Disney classics? Examples: Beauty and the Beast, The Lion King, Jungle Book, even Tarzan, and now they're talking about a live action Hercules.
I can tell you my feelings in one word.
Go on.
Shit.
Exactly. Thank God.
Leave it alone. I get it. I get why Disney are doing it. It's making them billions. Beauty and the Beast was bearable. Like, I enjoyed parts of it.
Okay, personally, Beauty and the Beast is one of my all-time favourite movies. And I loved the live version, but only because they didn't change the main storyline. And
that's the strange thing. I think people are 50-50. A lot of people love it because of that, and a lot of people don't like it because of that.
No, if you are remaking a Disney classic written all of those years ago and putting it into better graphics, better CGI, stick with the damn storyline. Stick with what we know. Instead of going, example, in the Lion King live action remake, they tried to throw a song from Beauty and the Beast in there. They did. They actually attempted to do that. You'd know, you and I sat and tried to watch it together. We didn't even get halfway through.
I don't want to mention that absolute waste of money. Well, it's not wasting money, they made their money back tenfold because they're Disney, it's what they do. But all I'm going to say on that, I've said it before, people hate me for this.
It was so bad.
Keep Beyonce away from movies. I'm sorry, I'm not a huge fan of her. Her singing in that movie was abysmal for the so-called Queen. And she actually brought down Donald Glover singing. Like, brought it down.
She did overpower him quite a little.
I don't think
quite a lot.
I don't think she overpowered him. I think she tried to overpower him and it showed. I think she's too much. Like, I think, like, It'd be like, let me think.
As a Beyonce fan, I love her music. I did not like her in The Lion King. Her voice was not meant for that movie or that type of singing. She overpowered the male singer, and it was a train wreck. It honest to God was. And the fact that, like we were speaking about earlier on, in The Lion King, there was so much emotion. There was tear-jerking moments. There was humour. In the live-action remake, because they made the animals look and feel so real, they had no emotion. When even at that, real animals portray emotion.
Yeah, like I was going to say, they're like, I've watched Animal Planet, I've watched National Geographic, I've seen lion cubs grieve over their fallen parents. I've seen the opposite, I've seen lion parents grieve over their children, and I feel it.
Animals do show emotion, but in that movie,
I didn't feel anything. Yeah, I felt nothing.
It was.
Here I was thinking when that movie was announced, I was like, oh my god, I'm going to have to see my boy Mufasa die in live action. I'm going to have to sob over that scene again.
It didn't even affect me.
No, it didn't faze me one bit. And then I never made it through the full Jungle Book. Reason I didn't bring it up, I'm glad you didn't bring it up when we were talking about the animated ones, is I never classed Jungle Book as one of my tops.
I do like Jungle Book. It wouldn't be in my top, but I would watch it every now and then.
Yeah. But like Tarzan, haven't seen it. Don't want to see it. Aladdin, okay, but I think I'm too attached to Robin Williams' genie.
I did like Aladdin. I wasn't a huge fan of the live action remake. Now I watched it.
Yeah, Tarzan, haven't seen it. Jungle Book, is it recording? Yeah, no. Yeah, no.
Did you give the dog a treat?
No. And like now they're saying they're planning a live action Hunchback. Which I don't think will work. They use the G word in it a lot. They take the piss out of someone with an obvious physical disability. I don't think that can work live action. I think they need to, if they're making live action movies, come up with new ones. I think leave the animated classics alone. I do agree. Remaster them, like upgrade the colours and stuff like they have done with some movies they've done remastered. I really don't think that they should. Obviously, the remastered is not changing. It's the exact same movie, frame for frame. It's just upgrade graphics and colours. Snow White, for example, made all them years ago. Like, I personally love the fact that the graphics aren't great and it was all hand drawn. Exactly. And there was a certain feel to that hand drawn that is gone. It's beautiful. Like, and Snow White, how many bleeding live actions have there been of Snow White? Way too many. Same with Beauty and the Beast. Same with Cinderella. It's all of these Disney princess. Typical need a man to save you. Yeah. So on that topic, Moana. That is a very up to date in recent years. So we're just hopping back into the animated. We are. You are as bad as me for hosting and segueing into a completely different topic and then segueing back. I love it. This, if you were looking for structure, if you were looking for an index of what happened on this show and when, you're listening to the wrong podcast. This is just pure Irish. Off the top of your head, say what you think. Yeah, it's a clusterfuck. We don't even know what's going to happen. So go on. Now, there's a few movies that I have in my mind where the woman doesn't need a man. I already know one of the next ones. Yes, you do. Yeah. Moana, in terms of the most recent animations, is probably the best of the recent animations. Like, and I say recent, and you might think, well, Peter, you said Lilo and Stitch could challenge Lion King. Just look there, make you guys feel old. This coming year, 2021, Lilo and Stitch will be 19 years since the release. Yes, it will. So, yeah, of the current, and I'm talking 2010 onwards, I know there's movies like Coco, there's movies like other ones that you were going to mention, so I'm not going to bring them up now and step on your moment because I'm nice. How are you now? You called me a midget. I'm waiting for you to point out where the lie is.
I am 5'2". I am not classed as a midget. I checked.
Terms dwarf. But yeah, in terms of the newer movies, Moana, for me, blew them all out of the water. Like, the project was that good that they gave a script to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and he was like, "Yeah, me singing, yeah, no other. I mean, yeah, can you smell what The Rock is cooking? Because he's cooking up this movie. It's gonna be class." Probably didn't say class. I don't think that's in The Rock's slang vocabulary. But,
You never know.
listen, it could be. Yeah, no, the Moana story, I loved it. The island girl that was expected to take over as the next chiefess.
Chief.
Yeah, I thought it was just chief. I was making sure.
You know, it was just Chief.
But she just wanted the ocean.
And her nana being like, "No, go to the ocean. I'm just the crazy lady of the island."
Nut job. Love it. And Moana had I know a lot of people rate a different song, but Moana had probably the best songs of the recent movies as well.
Oh, she 110% did.
And the amount that we've watched on TikTok, the pop punk and the rock remixes of it just sound amazing. It sounds amazing in any style.
Oh, it does.
And I've listened to Dwayne Johnson singing "You're Welcome" I don't know how many times.
I'm pretty sure we know it word for word.
It's just...
Because our daughter also likes that movie.
Yep, exactly. Remember when it was that and not Rio?
I would much prefer to watch Moana than Rio.
Look, I had never seen Moana until our little one started watching it. When she started watching it,
Peter was going around doing the dishes, singing these songs. Harper was going around after him, dancing.
We make a team. She's the Lilo to my Stitch.
So you're calling yourself a genetic experiment?
Well, I was an accident, so...
You know what, that's a fair
I am
point.
made up of genetics.
Yeah.
Technically, anybody could be classed as a genetic experiment. But yeah, no, Moana is... I think it appeals to a lot more of a fan base than a lot of the older movies. Well, you don't seem to agree. Sorry, we didn't mention 101 Dalmatians. We'll get to it. I mentioned The Fox and the Hound. That's your family too. Right. Thought we had one kid.
No, you should know this by now.
Well, like 4.
What's number 4?
The odd strays we pick up here and there.
Fair.
Yeah, no, Moana. Yeah, no, Moana's a classic, and in terms of all time, it'd definitely be in the top 10. In terms of last decade, definitely number 1.
Agreed.
And you said you had more?
I do, and another very strong female character in the Disney world would be Mulan.
Mulan, now, as a classic movie, amazing, outstanding. Our favourite Ming Na Wen. You had Mushu with Eddie Murphy, amazing. Like, it was just an outstanding movie. Then they made a live action, and I was made pay €20 to watch this live action.
It was an agreement.
And it didn't even have Mushu.
No, it
Dishonour on you. Dishonour on your family. Dishonour on your cow.
Mate, you're marrying me. So, it's going to be family too.
Well, dishonour on me too, on my cow.
Don't have a cow.
Well, now I'm going to buy a cow so I can put dishonour on it, because Mushu shouldn't have been in that movie. If they can CGI a creepy looking beast to dance with Emma Watson, they can CGI in a 2.5 foot dragon.
Yeah, they can. That was where they went wrong. They went so wrong in the live action remake of Mulan.
Why was Cricket a soldier and not a cricket?
I don't know. I don't work in Disney. I can't answer that question.
Whoever works in Disney's on acid, because that didn't work.
Whoever's working in Disney is probably on acid, and this is how they come up with these mad-ass fucking movies.
And I knew it was going to be bad as soon as a witch came into it.
Okay, well, let's talk about the Disney classic.
Okay, because I'm getting too heated now.
Yes, you are. You're getting very angry. So, the Disney classic, Mulan's dad came back from the war. He's clearly an elderly man and he is injured. Old injuries, blah, blah. He has to go to war again. She steps in his place. What is your opinion on that?
Well, first of all, the women should have been allowed in the army anyway.
But back then they weren't.
Which I don't get. right? I know they expected women to be the housekeepers and all this, but basically they seen women as lesser than they were.
Yeah.
So they not rather put the women on the front lines at risk of death rather than themselves.
No, because the man was the strong one. The man was supposed to provide for the family.
Clearly
That's
not,
how it was.
Mulan kicked most of their asses.
Yes, she did. And she ended up with the gold medal.
She did. And see, I might split opinion here. What I think there's a great message in it of, for little girls, you can do whatever a man can do. Don't let them tell you what you can't do. It also sends the message, in my opinion, of you need to prove to a man that you can do what he can do to get his respect. It doesn't, and I get it, it's the sign of the times, it's a movie of the times, whereas nowadays it's not, you need to prove yourself to get a man's respect. No, a man should respect you regardless.
Yeah, I do agree with you. Little girls nowadays would watch that over and over and over again and probably pick up on those little things. Whereas me, when I was a little girl, I just seen this really strong woman go out and whoop a load of men's asses.
I just seen the little red dragon with the voice of Dr. Dolittle.
Of course you did. Of course you
And that's why you could talk to the cricket, because it was Dr. Dolittle became a dragon. I made a whole little different...
You made a completely different Disney movie in your head.
Yeah.
It's okay. We'll get you the help you
It
need.
was more than okay, it was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I feel judged. But yeah, no, Mulan, top movie. Another one which I'm sure you're going to mention. I thought this was going to be the one you were going to mention. Which parents across the world are sick and tired of.
Oh, please don't.
Frozen.
Uh-huh.
For all its pitfalls, for all its let it goes.
It is an amazing movie.
And Let It Go is a banging tune.
It is, but when you listen to it on repeat, like 99% of the world's population of girls, the song does become a tad annoying.
It does.
Frozen 2. We sat and watched it, what was it, a couple of months ago?
Yeah. Yeah, it fell into the sequel thing. It was good, but it wasn't great. The songs weren't as good.
The storyline was better, though, in my opinion. You find out where else it comes from.
It was different.
It was very different.
It was a story of... The second was a story of Elsa trying to find out where she belongs. Because she knows for a fact in her heart to heart she doesn't belong in Arendelle.
No, and she knows in her heart that Anna does.
The first one is about Elsa learning to love herself and control her power and stop caring about the people judging her and treating her like a monster. Which is what the whole Let It Go song is about.
Yeah.
Like, it's... The first and second one, they're apples and oranges. But
there are pros and cons to both, but definitely the first one was better.
Yeah. And now I'm going to throw a spanner in the works.
Oh no.
It has a strong female character in it, but the problem is it's the villain. Actually, speaking of that, I suppose you haven't brought up Maleficent. Or Sleeping Beauty.
Sleeping Beauty I was never a massive fan of.
Or Tangled.
I do love Tangled. But again, it's kind of falling into the category of the typical Disney princess.
Fair, but your man Flynn Rider isn't your typical Disney prince from...
No, he's not. He is comical. He is absolutely hilarious. And I am in agreement with her hitting him with a frying pan. You know, I've been tempted to do it to Peter a few times.
Well.
Hey, it's okay, you're welcome.
If you ever picked up the frying pan.
Excuse me, it's not my fault you don't like pancakes.
Oh, great, now you have like American loves pancakes. Now all my American listeners are just gone. So I've lost all credibility now that I don't like pancakes.
Peter will not let a pancake pass his lip.
Anywho. Flynn Rider now has a funny horse, if I remember right.
Actually, no, that's not Flynn Rider's horse. That horse hates Flynn Rider.
Okay, that's why he's funny, I'm guessing.
Yes, because that horse is actually one of the policeman's horse that's looking for Flynn Rider.
Gotcha. Animal companions. And this falls into the movie that I was about to bring up with you as well. So I'm not segueing away, don't worry. Animal companions make a movie. You have that horse, you have Sven.
Are you forgetting about the little chameleon?
I've never seen the movie in full.
Well, then that's an issue that you and I are going to have to sort out.
But yeah. I think we should do actually animal companions if we can try to get you on another show and talk about the best animal companions in Disney.
Yes, I will consider that. If
Right.
you make me an omelette.
Deal. Right, so we'll move us. Hey, you should have asked for stir fry. So we move on.
Oh my goodness. Just
You played yourself.
and stir fry.
No,
No
the
more
deal.
shows.
The deal is made.
No more shows.
Okay.
Okay.
Anywho, so you have this movie is going to throw a spanner in the works with. Right, Animal Companion is for a different show. Everyone forget that for now.
Mm-hmm.
Emperor's New Groove.
Loved it. Hands down. Loved it.
Strong female character. Yzma.
Yeah.
She was Kronk's boss. You know, didn't see women bosses back in the Mayan
No, you
days.
didn't.
Aztec. I don't know whether he's Mayan or Aztec.
Let's go with Egyptian.
He lives in South America.
Where?
South America. Wow.
Okay, you know I'm not good with this sort of stuff. Geography is not my strong suit.
Peru.
Where's Peru?
South America.
Is it?
Yeah. Oh, he's Inca. Based on the Inca Empire. Okay. Got it. Okay.
Okay, he's Inca.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I'm Peter.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, that movie. Turned into a llama.
That was the balls.
Americans aren't going to get that phrase and it's going to come across really funny. So I might actually clip that and use it for the promo for the show. It's turned into a llama, moves in with this poor family and convinces the dad to help him. The two kids are hilarious. There's Yzma, there's Kronk, pull the lever Kronk. You see, if it was a man saying that to a woman, it'd come across as creepy.
It would. It would come across as very rapey.
Yeah, like extreme.
Pull the lever, Yzma.
I'm calling HR. What I liked it was Cusco grew up, but also didn't grow up too much. He still had that streak of Cusco in him.
Oh, of course.
It was more realistic to me because while there was character development, it wasn't complete character change.
I do agree. I did love the movie overall.
And I'd put that probably in my top 10 of Disney animations as well.
Maybe not my top 10.
Okay. Well, clearly there's other ones that we missed out on, but we're like nearly at an hour now and we only planned to do a half an hour show on this. Like,
Yeah, considering it is now 1 a.m.
Like, we're not going to do, I'm hoping to do Disney Pixar for another show as well, in case people are shouting out Disney Pixar names at us. We think they deserve a separate show.
They do.
We can go more in depth on them, considering there's not as many as there is Disney. But I'm going to throw a few names at you and get your opinions on them if you want to talk about them more. Right. Princess and the Frog.
Not a huge fan.
Oh,
I liked it,
okay.
but again, it didn't grasp my attention as much as the other iconic movies that we've mentioned tonight.
Fair. I like for the parts I've seen again. It's one of the movies I haven't seen the whole thing. I really enjoyed it, and I thought like the
It's
tone.
funny and it's charismatic. Like, there's a lot going on in the movie,
Yeah,
and I think that's why my attention span, I can't grasp to just one thing.
fair.
There is too much going on in the movie, in my opinion. There's a lot of people I know that absolutely love that movie.
Okay. Zootopia. Have you seen it?
I have not seen
I haven't seen it either, so I'm just gonna skip on by that one. I've heard good things. Wreck-It Ralph. I know you haven't seen it. I've seen
No,
it.
I haven't.
It's amazing. I love Wreck-It Ralph. What else do we have? I know there's one of them. I'm saving it for last because I don't want to close the show talking about it. Goofy movie.
I love anything got to do with Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse wasn't in a Goofy movie.
No, but he is one of the characters in Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
I class them all as kind of one big Ohana.
Goofy movie for me is one of the all-time greats as well. It's one of them where I struggle to make my top 5. Like, I want it in my top 5, but I don't know what I'd kick out for it. It's one that I grew up, like, my opinion changed on it. As a kid, I was like, Goofy, man, back off. Just let Max do his thing. He just wants to be a kid and have fun.
And
as
now,
a dad, I'm like, Max, just hug your dad. Just give him a hug.
Oh, you're such a soft touch.
Oh, it's heartbreaking. Let's get off. I'm going to cry. Chicken Little.
I love Chicken Little. I did. As a kid, I used to watch it on repeat in my bedroom by myself for weeks.
I'm going to piss you off here. Overrated.
That is your opinion, and I have to respect that.
Home on the Range.
I don't think I've seen that one, or if I
yeah.
have, I haven't seen it in a few years.
Brother Bear.
Makes me ugly cry.
Amazing movie.
I absolutely adore that movie. Again, it's full of animals, and animals show a lot more emotion than people do, because people are dicks.
The Tigger movie.
Oh, I loved that movie. I do love that Pooh, Piglet, Rabbit, Eeyore, Tigger, Kanga, and Roo all have problems. They all have, like Tigger, ADHD. Pooh is depression.
No, Pooh is eating disorder.
Is eating disorder.
Eeyore
Piglet is anxiety.
Yeah.
Eeyore is depression.
Clearly depression. Rabbit is OCD.
Rabbit is OCD. Kanga is...
I think it's what's the term for mothers who are really attached to their kids after
postnatal depression.
There's that term for when they won't look at their sight and
I can't remember.
they're basically overbearing.
Yeah, and then there's little Roo. And actually, funny fact, I knew their names were Kanga and Roo up until 3 years ago. Yes, 3 years ago. I was 21. I have never put them two words together and never figured out that it was kangaroo.
Well, we're going to skip on by that.
No, but I do. I love the fact that Winnie the Pooh portrays all of them different emotions and teaches kids that it's okay not to be okay.
Fair. We have Dinosaur.
Loved it.
It broke my heart at the end. That's just, I know what happens to dinosaurs in the end. I was a weird kid. Tarzan.
A lot of mixed opinions on it. As an overall movie, I liked it, but it was a bit all over the place.
I enjoyed Tarzan. I loved Tarzan for what it was an animated movie as a kid. And then live action came out, I was like, bleh. But Tarzan's one of them that I'm happy not watching again.
Yeah.
For the time being. I'm happy to remember it as I remember it. Just make sure we're not missing any important ones. We discussed Aladdin. We've Rescuers Down Under. Okay, nothing to write home about.
Exactly.
The Little Mermaid.
Absolutely love that movie. I really did. Now, like Ariel kind of gave up her entire life for a boy that she didn't know. Which is kind of irresponsible.
Kind of?
Just a tiny bit. You know, she made a deal with the sea devil, Ursula, and ended up not being able to talk to said prince. And this mad chap just kind of invites her into his castle and is like, yeah, here, hon, you sit down here, I'll feed you, bathe you, clothe you. But I actually don't even know who you are or your name.
Yeah, and you almost bedded Ursula as well.
Yeah.
Well,
overall, I did love the movies.
Other ones include, we have Alice in Wonderland.
Loved them.
Lady and the Tramp.
One of the best, along with 101 Dalmatians.
Creepy Siamese cats always scared the bollocks out of me though.
Yeah. But...
extremely racist. Not you, the Siamese cats in the movie.
I thought they were kind of cute.
They're extremely racist.
Yeah, they're kind of creepy and stuff, but like, have you ever seen these little hairless cats?
Yeah, they look like testicles.
They do not.
They look like it. They look like testicles.
I actually think that some of them are quite cute.
Testicles.
No. Say it with me. Cat.
Cat.
Hairless cat.
Testicles.
Anyway, loved Lady and the Tramp. Loved 101 Dalmatians. Cruella de Vil, one of the scariest women
Can't be honest.
Yeah.
Cruella would kind of get it.
So I'm just gonna get up now and leave.
Like,
Show's over.
she has this kind of scary dominatrix vibe about her, but
She kills puppies and makes goats.
look, whatever she makes her money is none of my business. I knew that'd make you uncomfortable. Yeah, no, I agree. She's one of
And
this.
there's one of Pierre's weird ass fetishes that I knew I'd find out before the wedding.
No, she's scary as hell. Yeah, the Aristocats wasn't a big, never a big movie
There's
to me.
nothing really to it.
The Sword and the Stone,
I like that movie.
Robin Hood with the animals that we were
Loved
talking
it.
about earlier.
Nobody
we-
asked you for that.
We have Robin Hood with a fox as Robin, a bear as.
You know. Robin
But-
Hood is
like-
supposed to be human with a bow and arrow.
No, like I don't know who came up with the idea, but thank you. But it was like, what were you smoking the day you just went? Let's make
Probably a lot.
an all-time classic, Robin Hood. Yes. But
Put
here,
him as a fox.
stamping on my mum all the time, stealing all the punchlines.
Yes, I am. Isn't that not why you brought your wife to be on your show?
Wow. Next, see what marriage is going to be like.
Exactly.
The Rescuers,
I did like it.
Oliver and Company.
Yeah, I liked it. As far as I can remember.
What else we got? Pinocchio.
Keep in mind, we've been parents for 2 years now.
Yeah.
We haven't had a chance to watch anything.
Pinocchio.
Pinocchio, I did like the movie.
Dumbo.
Absolutely love the movie. Tearjerker. Makes me ugly cry.
Love the movie. Haven't seen the live action. Don't want to see it.
I've seen the live action and you do not want to see it. It is a mess.
Traumatized me. Them purple elephants traumatized me. Traumatized me.
I know, that's why I won't let her go watch it.
Just some sort of acid trip.
That's exactly what it is. I'm pretty sure the writers and the producers were on acid whilst making this. Could you imagine those in front of a green screen being like, ooh?
I think they were drawn. I don't think it was actually people in
Oh,
front
really?
of it. Yeah.
Huh. Imagine that.
Huh. Bambi.
Don't talk to me about Bambi.
Yeah, we love Bambi. Bambi was a great movie. I used to call her a little thumper when she used to stamp her feet.
I am not Thumper.
I said our little one.
Oh. I was like,
You're thumper when you get in a mood.
you're an asshole.
That I am. What other ones are just Disney and not Disney Pixar? I'm trying to separate them. A Christmas Carol.
I loved it.
Great, fantastic. I love Mickey's Christmas
The
Carol.
baby actually watched that at Christmas time.
She did actually. And I was bent. But let's.
Yeah, Harper was kind of crawling and walking around the sitting room, and Peter was sitting on the chair betting to Mickey Mouse.
Mickey's Christmas Carol is the second best version of Christmas Carol. After the Muppets. Muppets Christmas Carol was just, you can't beat it. Big Hero 6 was an amazing movie. And
I actually haven't seen it.
We need to watch it, you'll cry.
I'm not going to watch it.
No, it was an amazing story as well, and a different story for Disney. And then you have all the kind of sequels and stuff like that. But I'm going to end it out on what I opened the show on. Peter Pan.
I absolutely love this movie with all of my heart. I do. The conspiracy behind Peter Pan, where Peter Pan is actually an angel and drags these children to heaven, which is Neverland, and they never grow up there. It makes sense. I do not by any means like the remakes. The only Peter Pan that I will watch is the original.
I've seen some remakes that I liked as a kid, and then as I got older and watched them again, I didn't like them.
They are muck compared to the original.
Oh, everything always is going to be. But there's one Peter Pan, not remake, but one Peter Pan adjacent movie that I will love and I'll hold dear in my heart for life. Hook with Robin Williams.
I do like that movie.
Amazing.
See, that's not a remake.
Yeah, it's a sequel of sorts. But that's not, I don't think it's even Disney that done it.
No, it wasn't. I actually can't think of the company off the top of my head, but they done a fantastic job.
Yeah.
But Peter Pan as a movie, it's magical. It is. There's no prince or princess. It's all fun.
Yeah.
It's watching the parents worry as their children is being dragged out the window by this flying shadow. And as a parent now, I understand that. But as a child, I was like, oh my God, let's go flying out the window.
Kids, don't try that at home.
No, don't. That was a bad statement to make.
You feel bad. I feel bad for Captain Hook sometimes now, as an adult looking back at it.
I know, the alligator ate his watch.
It was a clock, wasn't it?
Yeah, but like tick tock, tick tock.
I'm just, what have you ever done to Peter? Why this flying child just decides to terrorise this poor pirate captain?
Well, we don't know the backstory.
We don't.
And actually, Captain Hook is in Neverland. So is he dead too?
Possibly. He could be a manifestation of Peter's dad.
Exactly. There are so many different conspiracies, and it's intriguing reading them all.
It is. Right. Well, look, it is 1:15 in the morning here, so I think it's time to take our tinfoil hats off and put our mouse ears back on. So
and get the fuck to bed.
I'm gonna ask, and you have to give me a split-second answer.
I'm not good at this.
What is your personal favourite Disney animated movie?
Personally, I'm gonna have to stick with Beauty and the Beast.
Okay, fair. We didn't actually talk about that one.
No, we didn't. Well, we touched on it.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
We can do it. I think if I'm new on the show and we're talking Beauty and Beast, we're going to need a full episode.
But in saying that, it is so hard to pick from Disney animated classics because they are all so amazing. And this is probably why you got me on the show tonight.
I'm going to go... Fox and the Hound. Just beating out Lilo and Stitch and Lion King.
The wedding is off. You've been telling me for 2 years your favourite Disney movies is Hercules.
I forgot.
You forgot about your favourite Disney movie. That is bullshit.
You forget about me sometimes.
Yeah, because I'm sleep deprived.
No, even when you're not sleep deprived.
How do I forget about you? You're here all the time.
Yeah, but I can walk into the kitchen and you will shit yourself when I say hello.
That's called me not paying attention.
No, that would be that's actually a good way to say it. My top 5 Disney movies easily, because I find it very hard to pick between them. Fox and the Hound, Hercules, Lion King, Lilo and Stitch, Moana.
That's a very interesting top 5. I'm pretty sure mine would be Beauty and the Beast, Lilo and Stitch, Fox and the Hound has to go up there. Peter Pan. And honestly, Hercules.
Well, you talked for a good almost 10 minutes about how The Lion King was the greatest Disney animated movie of all time, and it doesn't even make your top 5.
No, because that's number 1. If I had to pick 5 that I love, Lion King is my number 1. Nothing can touch that.
Yeah, but then it would have to go into your top 5.
Oh, okay then. Well, then I have top 6.
It's turned into Bebo. She's going to have a top 16.
Overall, I love anything Disney, and you know that.
I do.
Which is why you get me Disney figures every Christmas, every birthday.
That's how you put a ring on it, fellas.
Find the one thing she loves and just keep buying the rest.
Exploit it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that's...
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, because I think if we keep talking, we'll never, ever, ever stop.
No, we won't.
Because, I will try to get you on the show again. Eventually, people were very surprised when I said I was doing this type of show, because they're very different directions to go with the show. It's usually all comics and stuff like that. I try telling people we're more of a pop culture show than a comic show.
Mm-hmm.
So it's called the Superior.
You kind of get where they're getting that.
Yeah.
It's the Superior comic show.
But now I did always build it like that at the start, but I started to push more in our intros and in our bios on every social media that we're a pop culture show. Superior Comic just alludes to one of my favorite comic characters. So I would love to have you back on. I won't have to go looking for you because you're usually in one of the other rooms. Because there's a lot of Disney we can still talk about. We can talk about Disney Pixar, we can talk about their live movies.
With Disney, you are never ever out of conversation.
True. Same with comics. That's comic nerd and Disney nerd. As much as you don't want to admit
Who'd have ever thought?
As much as you don't want to admit it, you're a nerd like me.
I'm not a nerd.
Nerd.
I am not a nerd.
And with that being said...
Okay, I'm kind of a nerd.
Thank you. All I wanted to say. With that being said, Lauren, thanks for coming on.
Absolutely no problem. I really enjoyed myself.
We'll have you on again soon, hopefully. I've been your host, Peter, reminding you, if a 15-foot tall whale-looking dude comes strolling through your town, he's not Samoan, he's an alien.